Ladies, if you want to fuck with me and you got kids, I need to do a mandatory meet and greet with your baby daddy. That's right, a mandatory meet and greet with your baby daddy. I don't want to hear we co-parenting. I don't want to hear we cool. I don't want to hear he like my best. I don't want to hear none of that shit. If the niggas in jail, we can go visit them together. But a meet and greet has to be fucking done. Y'all be having us in all type of fucked up situations. Just because you broke up with him do not mean that nigga done broke up with you. Real talk. Then invited me over here to this house. And I'm going to tell you something, fellas. Remember this. If a woman got kids, she invite you over to that house, and you ask her, man, you ain't no nigga, your baby daddy going to be popping up. And she say this shit right here to you. She say, my baby daddy ain't running shit over here. Nigga, don't go. Because 9 times out of 10, that nigga is running shit over there. This nigga just came up in here and whooped my ass. Do you understand me? Whooped my ass. The whole time I'm looking up at her like, I thought you said he ain't running shit. Y'all, this nigga yelled out every motherfucking bill that he paying this bitch. And I think he yelled out all of them. Now I'm out here in the car, asshole naked. Can't go home. I left my clothes up in there. Can't go home because she done told me she ain't fucking with him and he ain't running shit over there and he do. Hold on, y'all. He right here. Hey, my man.
Oh, you still here,
hey,
huh?
I don't want no problem. Did you see some drawers in there on the floor, bro? I'm just trying to get my draw.
Man, get the fuck on, man.
Okay, don't even worry about it. I'm going to go home like this. It's cool. Don't even worry about it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let us know.
Hey, so if you're here, please hit that like and subscribe button. So I saw this video, and my first thought was, first off, this is a mess. Secondly, y'all, I think it's a skit. I ain't gonna lie. I do think it's a skit. Something about it seems a little bit scripted. And then when I look in the comment section, I seen other people who kind of thought the same thing. So I do think this is a skit, but nevertheless, whether it is a real scenario or a skit, it does speak to a larger issue. And it's this, that this is a prime example as to why more and more men are just not dealing with single mothers. And I think one of the reasons a lot of people resonated with this, a lot of people I saw in the comments, laughing, giving their commentary. One of the reasons they resonated with this is because it's so real. It's so common. Like I said, even if this is a skit, there are plenty of people who can connect with the story of being with somebody, being with a baby mom or whatever, and that just added a whole extra layer of complication. And so this is why a lot of dudes just, especially if they're dudes who have their money right, have their jobs right or whatever, they're correct, and they're looking for a wife, they're looking for a long-term relationship, they're not trying to necessarily, a baby mama or a single mother isn't first on their pick, because it doesn't matter how great she is as a person, it doesn't matter how sophisticated she is, the very fact that there's always going to be an extra party, there's always going to be that man that has to be there because of the kid, it adds another layer of complexity. There's really no way around it. There's no way around it. But here's another thing. Here's another problem that I want to address. I think we have to be honest about the fact that, yes, there are many women who, they were young and dumb, as I hear, or they were young and they made some bad decisions or made maybe not the wisest choices and they got pregnant. That happens. It happens. And I'm not saying that a woman should be judged all her life for mistakes she's made when she was young. I'm not going to say that. But there are consequences to your actions. And furthermore, what I see sometimes, an attempt to try to rationalize this trend of, single parents, more single parents, what I see in attempt to rationalize this is some say, hey, this is just as normal, this is just as healthy. I literally just had a conversation with somebody on TikTok the other day about this, and they were trying to convince me that, marriage and raising kids within a 2-parent household was just a social construct, and that it wasn't important, and that a child could be just as productive and just as healthy whether they didn't have 2 parents or if they did, that it didn't matter. And I'm reading that comment and I'm like, yeah, in theory, yes, a person can actively choose to have a baby by themselves, without another partner, or to choose to not raise a baby with another partner. They can choose that, but no science or data actually supports that is the ideal scenario. There is tons of evidence to suggest that, single parents, specifically single mothers, not only are they impacted the worst, like economically, socially, as far as their ability to raise class and improve their overall wealth, they are negatively impacted. When you look at the children and when you look at how they are impacted, there are also very negative repercussions. I mean, the majority of people in like prison today come from a single parent household, single mother household, to be frank. And so I think why this skit to me was so important is because it actually highlights a deeper sickness within the Black community. And what I'm not saying that just because someone grew up in a single parent household that they're going to be horrible and they can't have a good life. Obviously that's not true. There are plenty of people who grew up in a single parent household and, you know, fare well. But we can't act like that's the ideal scenario, and we shouldn't try to downplay it and pretend like it's normal and it's healthy when it's not. So this situation, no matter how comical and scripted it may seem, again, I think it does a great job of highlighting the negativity that can arise when you find yourself in these kinds of different scenarios. If you're a woman who, you know, did make some mistakes when you were younger and you have cleaned up your life, no shade, no shame there. Like I said, there are women who they do that and they still are able to move forward and live happy and productive lives. And also, I think we should have conversations with younger women who don't have kids yet, who don't have a family yet, and let them know that perhaps they should and they can do better. And to try to keep women in particular from getting themselves in scenarios where they do have to deal with a baby daddy and they do have to navigate now, how do I deal with this boyfriend and a baby daddy? And, you know, and they're put in a situation where they're not set up for success. We would be a lot better to try to teach younger generations, or at least warn people that that's not the ideal scenario, versus now trying to do catch up and clean up. And like I said, as far as men are concerned, a lot of them don't feel like they should be held obligated for paying for the mistakes of someone else's past. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. But those are my thoughts, y'all. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know what you think. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening. If you have gotten this far, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button, and we'll talk later. Bye.